Hello, my name is Najatel, and I've been doing a series of conversation starter questions. Today's question is from Parade.com, and it is, what is mathematics? Now, this question was really hard for me, and I never answered it. Just to warn you, my gut instinct wants to say that math is the patterning that we see in the physical world. When you remove the actual physical stuff and just leave the abstract stuff behind. But then I was like, no, that's physics. So then I thought, well, maybe math is the application of logical rules to numbers. And I think that's true, but it doesn't describe all of mathematics. Because, as one example, geometry and trigonometry are about relationships between shapes. So then I thought, well, maybe math is the application and inference of logical rules between numbers. And then I thought, well, what are numbers? I think you can have math without numbers. There's algebra, which kind of has some numbers, kind of not. There's Boolean logic, there's set theory, binary, Euclidean geometry with axioms and proofs. And those are math, aren't they? Some of them math-ish, at least. So I thought, well, I guess a number is a unit of an evenly divided scale, like a ruler. Yes, yes. Then I thought, well, let me just look up what other people have said about this topic, because I'm sure a lot of people have invested a lot of time in thinking about this, a lot more time than I have. But then I read other people's answers, and they were often just quite in alignment with where my mind had gone. And then I came on a Reddit post in which a college professor asked this question, what is mathematics? And the student said, it's the study of things that are true and also sometimes not. And the professor said, get the hell out of my classroom. And that made me laugh. But I liked that the student was willing to start getting metaphysical about this topic, because I think there's something really mysterious about math that definitely transcends the physical. And well, there's math beyond science, so it transcends the physical in that sense. Science is the study of the natural physical world. And when we find an application of that purely abstract math to science, it teaches us really interesting stuff. We can see in pure math, some examples of pure math are, well, first let's define it. Pure math is math that seeks answers about mathematical objects like numbers, shapes, fields, or groups. And it seeks those answers purely out of mathematical curiosity. We see an example of pure math eventually becoming useful in calculations about the real world with stuff like I, the square root of -1. We see I used in wave functions and in calculating resistance to alternating currents in electrical engineering. And according to Google Gemini, pure mathematics and string theory are intimately tied together. Advancements in one lead to advancements in the other. But there are maths that can't be proven with physical experiments at all in the foreseeable future, like infinity or high dimensional spaces. But they say that if you can imagine something, some version of it probably exists. So, I mean, is math a key to looking at this whole universe that we'll probably never be able to physically manipulate? Is there math beyond what we're able to understand? Are beings inhabiting that plane? Is that the realm of the angels? I mean, we may never know this stuff. Near death experiences certainly don't seem to center around math. They usually center around relationships. And a lot of people will see animals like former pets when they're dying in hospice. I don't know if you have seen Nurse Julie's channel, but she talks about that. So who knows if these things will be discussed with us in the afterlife. We may never know this stuff. I hope they will. This is Editor Naja. I didn't quite finish that thought. So if there are animals in the afterlife, maybe those animals are still limited by the brains that they had in real life, or they still basically retain the characteristics of being that animal. So maybe we basically retain the characteristics of being human. Maybe we're like a more refined human, but we're still, a little limited. So maybe a lot of this math is just beyond our brain's capacity to handle. So, I mean, maybe there's just no point in trying to get us to really understand everything. But I thought it was interesting that I've never heard of a mathematician or a physicist or maybe a chemist or somebody who's really studied the systems of the natural world. You don't really hear about them having a near-death experience in which things suddenly become really clear. And by clear, I meant explained through the lens of that person's expertise that they had when they were alive. So I think that's interesting. If you know of an incident like that, I would love to hear about it. But if you have any comments about anything I've said in this video, or if you have an answer yourself to the question, what is mathematics? Please leave that in the comment section of this video. Please like or dislike. Please subscribe, and I hope to see you in another video. Thank you.